So in KAP, when you go to a KAP session, what you will notice is sometimes when you're in the group and you're lying down, it may be your first time and you don't know what's going to happen, or you don't know what's going to happen, but all of a sudden you hear people scream in agony, or you hear people laugh spontaneously, ecstatically, or you hear people cry or make silly sounds like these kind of things, or behave very childish, or stand up and sing and dance like an Amazonian and making these tribal sounds. All these things can occur, right? And way more, or clapping or stomping. And what you may notice is you may have a resistance toward it. You may start to feel contracted inside and feel like, why are they doing this? I don't like them doing this. This is irritating me. This is distracting me. And you feel this tension inside of you. This happens so often. It happened to me. Now, the facilitator, Ellen, she explained this to me. She said, whenever you're there, it's like all the other people were like mirrors for each other, right? So what you see, and then you have a resistance to it, it's like it's revealing to you what in you is unconscious, right? Because you have to understand, no person or event or thing can give you a negative feeling, right? The negative feelings are because of your resistance to it. But in reality, no thing, person, or event can give you a negative feeling. Negative feeling is you don't want what is happening, right? So your resistance. But if you just accept it, there's no negativity about it. You may feel sad or affected by it, but there's no negativity or heaviness about it. It doesn't stick. It just goes through you. But if you resist, if you don't want it, if you resist it, it sticks. It sticks and it's heavy. And when you're in KAP, and so people scream and you're like, oh, I don't like this. Why are they doing like this? Or somebody screaming like they're possessed, or they're having like this cathartic moment, and you're like, oh my God, I feel so afraid. What's happening with them? Are we being possessed? Is this some kind of ritual? Are there spirits here and this and that? Like I had that reaction. And if you're perceptive, you will see it's an unconscious program in you that's activated. It's like this is an opportunity where something is happening and it triggers something in you that was dormant to become active. And it's coming to your foreground, and you can either believe in it and think, yes, this is the truth, and invest your energy in it, or you can realize, what in me, right, is resisting this, or what in me is believing about this situation? What belief do I have about the situation that is creating this feeling? And what you will notice is that sometimes people, they get irritated by other people being so expressive and open because they themselves have been so constricted, and not expressive for a long time. And so they feel like this pent-up pressure, this suppression, and they see somebody is just being freely, and so their mind, if you investigate it unconsciously, is projecting, who do they think they are? What right do they have to scream like that, to be like that? I don't like that. But actually, they do want to be like that. They want to express themselves just as freely and openly. So this is great for shadow work. This is like, you're there as a person, but you always have a shadow, which is the part of you that you don't see, but that is revealed through interaction with others, right? There's a great psychologist that has done a great deal of work around this. His name is Carl Jung. And Carl Jung talks about what we resist, persist. So what you push away, you are most attached to. So I remember when I had a moment when I first heard people scream, and I thought, oh my God, this is possession. This is so negative. This is like, I had all these thoughts, and then I realized, okay, this chair just thought, is this true? And I know that this is 100% true. So instead of focusing on the external source of what was happening, I was focusing on the internal reaction that was arising in me. And I just investigated. Can I be 100% that this is true? Who would I be without this belief? And I saw that it came out like that reaction. It came out the association and the things that I learned in the past, the patterns like this is what demonic entities or bad sounds or negative energies look like, feel like, sound like, and this is also what I've seen on television, and it's all stored up, right? And so when you have that kind of intense thing happening and you're not used to it, your mind immediately, it's like association. By association, it goes up, it means that. And you feel scared. But there's actually nothing to be scared about. Like, there are many sessions where people came in touch with their shadow sides, with anger, suppressed anger, right? And they saw like a darkness inside of them. And you know, all the darkness wants is your love. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to push it away. You don't have to kill it. All you have to do is to shine love on it. When you shine love on it, when you accept that part of yourself, that part gets transformed with light and it gets incorporated as an ally. So all of a sudden your anger becomes an ally that you can use in an appropriate situation. Your frustration, your expression, all those things, they become parts of you, tools that you can use whenever in your life you feel the need to express them, right? And it's not happening unconsciously, just left and right, you're triggered there and you're reacting. It's because you feel in this situation, the only way to make myself clear, to speak my truth, is in this way, and you do it. But you do it consciously, and there's no regret about it, there's no remorse about it, there's no feeling bad about it, you're just expressing your truth. So, it's really great. There was a comment on my YouTube channel. Somebody said, I tried looking at your video, but you spoke so softly, like a child, right? So I paused. When I read that, it's like, okay, great feedback from me. So I need to work on being more louder or not speaking like a child. But somewhere, I also had this thought like, does this person know why they're having that reaction, that resistance to speaking softly? Is it merely just they don't like it doesn't resonate with them, or do they feel like I don't want this, this is not nice, I don't like this? Do they have some kind of resistance to it? And like, I must say, when you start becoming aware of this in the beginning, there's so much programming in you that you take for granted. Like you think, this is how I am, these are my reactions, this is normal, this is me. But actually, it's not you. You're like a field of consciousness. You're open space, and whatever gets thrown up into the space, nothing sticks, right? Yeah, your person will change throughout your life, your personality will change, your body will change, your thoughts will change, your beliefs will change. Some things stick for a while, but everything can change, right? Everything changes. There's one thing that doesn't change, and that's the real you. So integrating your shadow, integrating your humanity, it's I think it's one of the hardest thing to do, and it's one of the most important things to do, because if you don't do it, if you don't become aware of it and allow yourself to compassionately, not in a way of fighting against it, but compassionately try to understand that part, try to integrate that part, try to see where does it come from, because shadows mostly are born out of trauma. Somewhere there's been a lot of lack, or you've been deprived of something, and now you have this deep desire to make up, to make yourself whole, to get something what you didn't get. So you may not be aware of it, but whenever a situation arises where you feel, now I can really get what I really want, all of a sudden that it's like a darkness awakens in you, and you're like, you're just all over it. You want to grab onto it and not let go. So yeah. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and have an awesome day.